bite, potentially hit Ghost with a reset. So the dangerous waters there. A little bit interesting. Cooper Molly's boost there, just waiting. Making sure Ghost don't go for that early mid control. Dazzle playing close towards mid as well. Expecting this aggression. But Ghost just holding the default for the moment. Looking like they are going to try to take a bit of B main control. So Broza copying that nade as he gets tagged down to 59 HP. Out mid, Dazzle unchecked. Will get the two-man spray down through the smoke. Shutting out Ghost essentially from the round now. 3v5. Ghost are going to have a rough time to try to bring it back.
Dazzle with a 360 trying to make his way to site there. A little bit cheeky, but nevertheless, I believe he was turning away from the flash and just thought, why not, right? Yeah, you're already halfway through. You may as well commit to the full 360. So now look to set up on towards B. It's Ghost that are just being dismantled by Eunited, finding kills left, right, and centre. Ghost have not even found a trade. They've only been able to find small damage on towards Sub Rosa, who I believe caught a grenade. Wardell now, I think he hasn't been able to see Sub Rosa. How has he not? Just on the edge of the smoke. Won't make a difference. Cooper shuts down Wardell as he tries to push towards the site. Freakazoid left in a 1 versus 5. This is something that we would... I mean, I'd be revving to see. Freakazoid, if he can bring this back, maybe start to give a little bit more confidence. Nope. Not so much. Sub Rosa.
Almost found the angle there, though. Very close crosshair just to the left of his head. And that was a little unfortunate for them. But Ghost, what are we going to see? They couldn't get that bomb plant down, so they will be on probably a half fight going into the stick. But here's that 2k from Dazzle, just denying any mid control from Ghost there. They thought they had the deep smoke to allow them to cross out to under vent, but they could not. Big CT in the way.
It's always going to be a problem.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're looking for. Snub just taking some pot shots through the smoke at the moment to try and kill. Oh my word, Freakazoid lucky to be alive after that one. Can count his lucky stars, but maybe for not much longer. The flash comes over the top. Dazzle just stops both players pushing in. Continues the onslaught of the bullets, and Wardell can't get absolutely anything. Eunited are just on fire right now.
Yeah, they're just hitting the shots, and that is what we spoke about before the game. It will come down to who is feeling it, who had their coffee, and who ate their Wheat Bix. And it looks like Eunited did at least 7, all between them.
I think, yeah. And I feel like Ghost just skipped breakfast.
That could be it.
I guess it's kind of afternoon tea there, so we'll just, yeah, we're here at breakfast time.
Some people are into that intermittent fasting thing as well, so they don't eat for the early hours of the day. That could come back to haunt them. It's supposed to make your reflexes better and some other diseases.
Oh.
Just like, looks like Steel. He's definitely intermittent fasting, not ready yet. Didn't get the flick. Boosted too strong.
That's a cheeky boost. United just seem to be outplaying Ghost at every turn. Aim, calls, strats, whatever you want to call it. United are out on top by 6. They're in the clear, but at any moment in time, we could possibly see a bit of a turnaround. We do have the double AWP set up for Ghost, so that's something worth using. Both Wardell and James on the scoped weaponry for the T side at this point. James hasn't been able to spot out Sub Rosa, but eventually does. Oh my word, nearly hits the shot through the wall bang. Dazzle is just playing Batesman, waiting for these players to push in towards B main. The contact will be there. 3 players stacked for Eunited at this point. They're going to be clearing out underneath vent, so there is an opportunity possibly for Ghost to find the opening pick. Freakazoid looking for it. He's hungry right now. Wardell through the wall. What is that? That is absolutely filthy, but Sub lines up all 3 players trying to push in, and Ghost just cannot catch a break right now. 1 more player on site. It's Neptune that doesn't expect it. The lineup, the shot through the wall. We got everything that round.
The 3k by Sub Rosa standing... I don't know if he was in a Molotov or just next to a Molotov. Eventually traded out, but single-handedly pretty much holding the B-site there. Moose as well, hiding at the back. Didn't show himself until the perfect time, making sure that bomb was not planted. And that is how the round goes out. So we are going to see Ghost pulling out a tactical, which is a good decision. You know, trying to get their heads back into the game, figure out what is going wrong. And I'll tell you what's going wrong. They're not expecting that early round aggression when United, they know that Ghosts are on the gun rounds. They're pushing early with multiple men or playing an aggressive angle, trying to get that first pick, getting the man advantage, falling back, and then just trading out holding sites. Pretty much good fundamentals and outplaying Ghost in almost every way at the moment.
I think this is what I wanted to see. Just wait for it. I'm waiting for this shot to come through. Yeah, there you go. The shot just through the wall, but the lineup for Waddell. Unfortunate enough, Sabrosa closes out there. So, Ghost, like you said, they really need to start picking the pace up a little bit. Yeah, not necessarily picking the pace up in the terms of the round, more so in the momentum that they have not been able to gain so far. Look at that, nearly 10k on every player on E United. Cooper's sitting at near on 15k. It's getting worse for Ghost.
I wish I had 15k. It'd be a marvellous life, wouldn't it?
Oh, I'd never have to worry.
Loaded. The boys. Jacked. Freakazoid. He is in the server, as is Cooper. Do you reckon they've both got really big muscles, or it's just Freak?
I don't know. It looks like Freak. It looks like Freak's just a freak.
I've never seen Cooper in the flesh. And hopefully, I might be able to, if he comes to Sydney.
Well, that's what they're playing for, isn't it, Mac Daddy?
That's it. Brother v brother.
The magic.
But they live in the same house. That'd be interesting. Just yelling at each other across the house.
Well, that first shot opening from Coop, that might have been it. That might have been the tilt factor for Freakazoid. The Molotovs now start to come out for Ghost Gaming. Moose is going to be able to deploy the flash, but it does not catch James. However, kill comes through regardless. Cooper on the hold. It's now Dapper to try and stop the players from crossing. The trades are nice for E United, not so much for Ghost, but they have the site, they have the bomb, but not necessarily. It's out in the open. This is the opportunity. It's now Steel in a 1 versus 3.
Oh, but they know exactly where he is as well. Look at this. Jiggling, baiting the shot. Dazzle. Just buying some time for the rotation to come out from Sub-Rosa. But it's going to be Cooper holding the cross, hitting the shot, and clutching out an 8th for E United. And now into the 9th round. If people lose against any Ecos, it's this bloody round. I tell you, history tells us that Ghost are about to crack the egg on a half-bye. And that is just a prediction.
Just a half prediction.
Oh, they haven't even gone for the half bye.
There we go.
They have.
Came in late.
Called it late. Someone's had a bit of a brain fart.
They heard you say
to
it.
Think for a little bit longer, you know.
I feel like they were like, what's that? Max said, yeah, all right, we're going to force buy into this. We're just going to buy some pistols.
Telepathy.
That's not force buy, it's a half buy, but magic. Look at this push coming in from Cooper again. This is exactly what you were talking about not even 2 rounds ago, and the fact that E United are going so aggressive for the early pick and then getting away with their life, right? Because Ghost can't find the trade. The way in which E United are pushing is making it near impossible for Ghost to find any such look. Moose on top of Boost. If they come out in the mid right now, this is over. 1 player in the vent, 1 player on top of Boost. They just walk into the meat grinder. Neptune, however, does manage to find 1, but Moose is there as pure safety net. It's just all falling apart for Ghost as they get picked off 1 by 1. Only 1 kill in it, and now every player but Dapper above 10k.
That was such a strong and crazy crossfire. The fact that they had a man on Boost as well as Vent, it was just pretty much unbreakable. They did manage to find the Vent player, but they could not get Moose off of Boost. And E United find a 9th, proving me wrong that Ghost were going to crack the egg.
Well, they've got to crack it at one point, right?
Well, yeah, they want brekkie. They haven't had it. They're just running out of energy, running on fumes at the moment. Oh, Cooper managing to get the old leg there, or the wallbang rather. Steel trying to find an angle, but Cooper will just use the smoke to keep himself alive. Vent boost coming out, and Sub-Rosa will be here as the backup. Cooper, oh, he will hit the shot. Tagged it down to 28 HP. Sub-Rosa finding another, and now Freak and James are the last 2 alive, looking just to hold the mid-control side on the left side of Vent. Both of them blinded. The awkward standoff, and Cooper will mop up the dust, mop up the last little bits of footsteps left on the tiles, being James. It's a rough one. This is way more one-sided than I ever expected.
Yeah.
And Cash is usually T-side. It's more even than this.
Yeah, it's a lot more even than this. Generally, you see the half being closed out 8-7, 9-6 by the T-side, but E United are like, you know what? Stuff that matter. We're going to make our own. I think for the fact that I think Ghost have just lost so much momentum, so much confidence on the back of this. E United have just been allowed to find kills left, right, and centre. The fact that Cooper stays alive at Sandbags there and manages to find 2 kills by the end of the round. Oh, wow, that would have been filthy if that had hit. But E United are just playing overall together. And it's showing, you know, the airstrikes with those grenades. This is what we need to see. A bit of utility out on towards the A side.
And Dapper holding aggressively here, looking like he wants to take down a couple of the eco-fraggers here. Looks like it's going to be Dapper to find 3, make it 4. Can he get the ace? No, denied. Steele finds a 2k, but he will be shut down. Orb still in hands of Cooper there, who is on 16k, completely and utterly bought up at the moment. United not going to have any economical woes in the rest of the half. Look at this, 12th round, and everyone, except for maybe one, was in the quintuple digits there. Look at this hold, shutting them down completely. Oh, the third kill was with the Molotov.
I was wondering, I was like, I didn't see him shoot anyone, so how is that even possible? Well, you know what? United are just breaking the laws of how CT meta is on this gorgeous map known as Cash. What are you going to do, though? United are just on a run right now. They can't be stopped. They literally have just been rolling. And it will not... Oh, my word. Moose with a cheeky little trace there. Waddell being caught out. Fortunately enough, still alive. Possibly the head going to be taken down. There we go. Ghost finding an opening after United probably pushing the buttons a little bit too much. But Ghost now have the side.
And finally, a man advantage. This is something we haven't seen Ghost have pretty much the whole half. So we'll see what Dazzle can do here. Up on the rafters. Might be spotted by Freak, who is going to clear it. Just can't spot his head. We will see a double quad setup. Looks like Wardell might go for the boost here. Cooper finding one on the re-entry. But Dazzle just clearing the angles, trying to find one. And there's the information. Wardell through the edge of quad as well, taking Dazzle down as well as Cooper. It's all to stop Rosa, who got the 2k with the Molotov. Smoke over towards Squeaky. The man's going to have to push out. Neptune, what can you do, mate? It's going to be held as well. Oh, last couple of seconds, and he clutches it. And that is how Ghost cracked the egg.
Even then, you're still questioning whether it was going to happen.
I didn't see a counter strafe coming out from Neptune there. He was going so wide. Oh, that was interesting. Sub Rosa, though, sticking that defused is going to be punished. Although, perfect play. If he didn't peek, he lost it. If he peeked earlier, he might have lost it.
Yep.
But there was enough time that it was pretty much an unlosable round for Ghost at that point.
Yeah, they've done well to get towards the side. That man advantage was massive, right? Like that's what Ghost need to be fighting is. I mean, they get the site for free, so there's an opportunity there. James with only the Digo is going to go aggressive towards Vent. Tap up. However, with the Molotov now going to be pushing back those players of Ghost towards Squeaky. There's the damage being done to Neptune that we were looking for from. Look at this. Oh, this is filthy. They are just finding every possible angle. The Molotov doesn't spread enough. Sub, however, does get traded out. And by all things, the Deagle. There's a full belt here now for Ghost as they now make their way back around. However, they've stopped as Dazzle puts his foot down on that B side.
That was very interesting. I think James was just trying to go for the gamble there, looking to open up the site. But he did have 2 CTs to try to take down. And unfortunately, he went down. Getting very aggressive solo, but we see Freak making his way through Z. He is going to get the headshot onto Cooper and bring it back to a 3v3. Good map control as well, making the CTs in a second guess their positioning now. Dapper here at Truck is going to start to make his way to site. Moose holding strong as the other 2 Ts get absolutely mopped up. And if you run at the bull, you get the horns, right? Run at the Moose, you get the weirdly shapen horns. And Dapper is going to take down Freakazoid as that is the reset. Now, I don't want to say the map, but 12-1 at the moment, and another quick pause coming out. Oh, it's rough. It's rough.
13 rounds, and the highest death count on the CT side is 6. There's 2 players with 6, and I think the least is 3. You know, like this is... I like to see these tactical pauses coming out. Generally, I don't see them enough. Ghost calling them probably, I mean, it would have been nice a little bit earlier. They did call it in the 7th round as well to give themselves some sort of a room to breathe, rather. So with 2 remaining, they do have 2 for the CT side, but they need to make it past that pistol round if this is how it's going to be going. They honestly, they cannot make a mistake when they get to that CT side. They're already with only 1 round in it, and by the looks of it, that's how it's going to remain.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of at the moment is still saying, boys, this is just a warm-up. It's fine. We'll take him on overpass, and then we'll, roll the dice over on Inferno and just hope for the best. How you feeling?
Bit of how you going.
Bit of how you going. That's all I got. That's all I got. Anyway, we are going to see a bit of aggression over towards A, shown by Ghost Gaming, looking to try to draw some rotations. Wardell through the edge of the wall there with the scout, managing to take Dazzle out of the server. There is still Sub-Rosa and Cooper here to hold, though. Mid control in their favour, so a split being set up at the moment. We see Steel with some good positioning at the top of Highway. I think Moose might just be aware, although Steel taking the one-on-one. He is going to lose it against Dap, who gets aggressive with the AK, but Trey comes out with UMP, and at long range as well, he gets the 2-tap and finishes off Moose there. Him and James teaming up. Now it's down to a 2v4. Let's see if Ghost are able to clutch this one out, or if Sub-Rosa and Cooper, the dream team, can bring it back.
Well, they've got the money to be going for this. That's going to be Neptune going down early, bringing it back to only a one-man advantage for Ghost. They do have the back of sight. However, Cooper now going to be mollying out towards quad again. Oh, Wardell was going to burn in the fire for a second there. It's the side of James goes aggressive. Freakazoid finds a kill on the sub, and it's nicely done. 12-2. Of all rounds, Mac, of every round that could possibly have gone Ghost's way, how does that go Ghost's way?
I don't even know at this point, but look at this. Eunited, look at the money. It is the final round of the half, so it's completely fine that it's this low, but they had just enough to get it to this point. Ghost, though, you wouldn't have thought, you really wouldn't have thought that they found their second in that round of all times. A bit of aggression towards mid. Moose down to 19 HP already, copying a leg there from Wardell's big green gun. Sub-Rosa finding the first, though, onto Freak, as he has gotten aggressive over towards B main early on, but as this Ghost, looks like we are going to see Neptune trying to find a trade here. Second man coming in through the vent being Steel, just holding his ground for the moment, but Moose and Dazzle denying anything. Completely and utterly. Wardell here at mid, just looking for a bit of a trade. James IRL will go down to Dazzle, and Moose completely shuts down Wardell.
How does it happen?
It was so anticlimactic. I thought that there was going to be a third. They had a little bit of good control, but the CT's just hitting everything at the moment. Literally everything.
And that's frightening if you're if you're Ghost and you're swapping sides to CT and they're T. This is, as you were saying, a T preferred map. It's not exactly one of those kind of maps where it can blow out. Well, it can, but it's not generally a map that blows out of proportion. And they've done it on the CT side. They now back it up across towards a T, going 13-2 in the first half. This would have to be some kind of feat for Ghost to bring it back. I just want to touch on Eunited, their CT side, their economy, right, the entire way through was ridiculous. Their utility usage early round to find early damage basically turned Ghost into marshmallows as they tried to push towards the side. It was just one little squish and they were basically down. And it made for mayhem. Ghost now have to try and regroup. I mean, I thought coming into this, the resilience was going to have to play a factor, right? Already losing 2-0 to Eunited in this bracket. Ouch.
Big ouch. Yeah, I thought that would definitely be a bit more even going into this map. But as I said, all I have at the moment is this is the warm-up map. You can see they're doing a bit of KZ here, trying to get their mechanics dialed.
You like KZ, don't you?
Yeah, I do like a bit of KZ. I remember I watched a clip one time of, I think it was Steel going into a KZ server with like Shroud and Summit, I think it was, and they're all in there and they're like, you're cheating, just because there were people, some of the best in the world, just jumping around like absolute maniacs.
Nuts, aren't they?
Yeah.
You got some good mechanics. I've seen you on stream.
No, but if you ask any normal players that just play the game normally, they're like, oh, his movements are terrible. How can he be so good? So me and another one of my friends had the same situation. It's horrible. Anyway, off that tangent, back to the game. This is going to be the roughest comeback of all time, if they are able to pull it off. And I guess going into this, looking at both teams' previous maps on Cash, it looked like Ghost definitely could have brought this out, but now it's starting to seem like Eunited, they definitely did a little bit of counter-stratting, knowing where Ghost tend to put what players and catching them off guard, pre-firing the positions, pre-aiming, etc., etc. And it's worked wonders for them on the CT side. Now they just need to close it out on the T side and hope that Ghost weren't expecting the cash pick, that Ghost weren't able to counter-strat them as well. Because Steel, he's a smart guy, he has a big brain, and he likes to use it.
Big brain, that's what they say, my friend. When you do have it, you got to use it, right? You don't let it go to waste. Doesn't matter what it is.
Well, I don't know. Tell some Australians that.
Well, that's because our brains are the size of peanuts, and hence why we are inferior to the North Americans. Just sucking up to the North Americans now.
What?
Please help us.
Our beer's better. Let's be real.
Oh, our beer's so much better. We won't even touch on that because the game at hand is what we're touching on, Mac. And with a 13-2 half, like you're saying, the comeback is rough. It almost seems out of reach, out of sight, out of hope for Ghost at this point. 13-2, and it honest to God, did not look like Eunited stepped a foot wrong. There were 2 rounds that they lost, one to a forced bite. There's arguments. The 3 versus 4 on that A site for Ghost once they actually got there in the 12th round, right? They were able to trade efficiently. They felt like United find the first pick, but they just get caught out with that aggression that we were talking about. They were very aggressive on CT's side. But how do Ghost make this back? How do they now regroup and kind of start to say, well, that's in the past?
I'll tell you how. So James, the man that was the super sub for that short amount of time, is disappearing, and the saviour of the Ghosts, the man that is going to perform the resurrection, Kusta, is back in the server.
Here we go. This is what we're looking for. Kusta needs to do this, right? This is, if ever there's a time for you to come into a map and go, bang, here I am, this is what I'm about to do, this is it.
Bang.
This is magic. Bang.
Love it.
Oh, how good are these? I love these. I rate them.
The good POV.
I once had a theory, right, on CT's side, and it was when the helmets were down, that's when CT's had head armor. But it turns out I was completely wrong.
Okay.
Because I once saw it and I was like, hang on a second, that's a funny little coincidence. All the players without head armor, their visors up. But
I don't know. Did you notice it's yellow too? Like there's the yellow
speed dealers.
Well, not speed dealers, but some
like
people like to
KZ
play
dealers.
with the yellow sunnies.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I don't know if it's a head thing or if there's some kind of science to do with it, but I just play with glasses, mate.
Blue light, mate. Blue light. It's real. I actually went and did research on that. Ladies and gentlemen at home, blue light is not what they make it out to be.
Right.
You can't stop the effects of blue light even with the blue...
The yellow
blue
tint.
light, the tinted glasses.
Okay.
It does help with certain things, but it's not all it's cracked up to be.
It's like if you have the white lights as your ceiling lights. Apparently it keeps you up a little bit longer, but if you just have the tungsten fully yellow ones going, apparently at night time you're supposed to feel a bit more tired, have that normal sleeping pattern, which seems to be my problem,
I feel like if you just drink coffee at night, you're going to stay up, so...
I think I've drank so much coffee that I can sleep after drinking. I feel more tired. It's just like you feel wired rather than awake. So if you lay down, you find it harder to fall asleep, but you don't necessarily feel energetic. And that's a problem.
It is.
That means I should probably cut my caffeine intake.
I think there might be a little assumption there that we might need to settle down. Finally, we have the match ready for you, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to listen to us squander on about blue light and caffeine because the blue light, the blue boys, Ghost Gaming now head to CT side. They are swatting United to try. Well, they have to bring this back. Mac Daddy, bring us in, my friend.
Alright, so Ghost Gaming are going to go for 4 sets of body armour here. Kusta with the defuse kit and the smoke, and it looks like we're only going to have one support on the T side, being Cooper, smoking a flash, which he is about to use, looking to go for the cross there. Dapper jumping in backwards like an absolute madman. Steele finding 2 as Wardell gets one of his own. So the smoke at the back of checkers there will allow old mate to survive for a moment. Moose, though, last opportunity, manages to find one on to Freakazoid, going for the knife on the man in the back of checker. And Kusta says no, denies him, and Ghost keep their dreams alive. They really needed the pistol around there to have any hope of coming back, and they've done it.
That's exactly what we wanted to see, right? We needed to see kind of the falcon punches coming in from the CT side with those USPs, just denying United any control, any movement across towards B main. The second you start to lose checkers, you get a little bit worried. You've got 2 entry points. If you can stop the players coming in before they reach B main, beautiful.
I'm just laughing at Dapper jumping around like a madman, doing the old bunny strap, trying to draw the crosshairs and allow his teammates to pretty much get the trade. But it didn't really work out in that situation.
Let me ask you, how do you think Kusta now plays? How do you think that this now affects the way Ghosts come about?
I think his only strategy is play much better than James did in the first half, and he should be pretty right.
Fair enough. Well, we're only going to find out. That's the beauty of this right now. With a full eco, United just going to be testing the waters across towards A. You can start to see a small accumulation towards A main. Grenade not going to be doing any damage just yet, but it is Freakazoid coming towards mid-main for the kill on a Dazzle. One more across towards Boost, and they're all falling like flies at United, unfortunately not being able to find their individual 1v1s. Freakazoid with a flyby. See you later, Moose. Now, with only 2 left, it's pretty much about dying at this point, right?
I hope he got his points with that one.
I was waiting for that.
Mate, the bonus?
No one knows what flybys are.
Look at this. Kusta's almost at the top of the scoreboard already. He's got 2 kills. Absolute madman. Steal. Pretty much almost shut down there. 15 HP remaining. Hit him with the flick. Cooper gets shut out of the server, and now they only have 9 rounds to come back into the game.
You know what? I've seen stranger things happen. Not really. This is probably going to be one of the more strange. 13-2 is a monstrous difference, a massive gap for Ghost to close out, especially CT on Cache. But I'm not going to count him out. I want to see this go to a full 3. And I think we're going to see that. Dapper going to be taking early nade damage. Again, now taking a bit of their own medicine at United, with Ghost starting to hit that utility. Waddell with the AWP for the opening across towards Sub Rosa in A main. Oh, okay. I thought for a second he was just standing there. But it's just the X-ray.
He was admiring the blood. Saying, I did that, Mum. That was me. I did the damage. Kusta also admiring his mother as he gets the 2k. MP9 too strong. Headshots are plenty. $1,200 dues in the bank for him. Wardell finds one good trade from Moose as he swings out of Squeaky. Freakazoid unable to get the trade so far. Fully blinded. Moose last alive in the 1v4. It's going to be a rough one for him to try to pull it back. And Freak will peak with the MP7. Upgrade to 2. Snatched completely.
Neptune just came in. He's like, nope, thank you very much. You're not having this, but... Now we are possibly starting to see what a Ghost Gaming looks like with a full roster. Kusta coming in for the second half. That's 2 rounds in a row. 3 rounds in a row, actually. I'm just going to have to... I'm going to back Ghost at this point. I'm going to get on the Ghost hype train as the steam is added. But with Dapper opening up plays like that, that is the B-bomb side. However, Wardell from the... cheeky little event position will find himself one for the trade. Now making their way out on towards the A site. Booster's there. MP9 doing the damage. Moose falls very, very low with that player in towards A main. This should be pretty much all done and dusted.
Oh, Cooper going slow through the smoke though. But the spray eventually brought back. Neptune looking a little iffy-whiffy for a moment. But Ghost Gaming finding that 6th round. And what a great start to the second half so far. Going into the 20th, though, we do see United back on the rifles. Cooper even able to afford that AWP. Not much utility, though, on him at least. It's good across the board for everyone else. We'll see where Cooper heads with this. Can he find an opening? What can he do? Neptune, like the planet, just all over the place, spinning around the sun. Sub Rosa here trying to watch the aggression, and he is going to find it. Kusta thought he could get away with a sneaky little play there, but that is the man advantage in United's favour. What can they do with it now?
Yeah, that's it almost feels a little bit senseless for the push there. It's a free kill. Yes, you might get the information, you might start to get a bit of A main control, but at what cost? Well, that's the cost, my friend. Only... total of 24 damage done onto Sub Rosa. It now starts to set up United a little bit more, and when we're playing games of millimeters at this point, Ghosts need every single... They need every millimeter. I meant to say inch. Game of inches. They need every millimeter.
Oh, look at the aggression here at A main, though. Is it going to be effective? Look at this freak managing to get the belated trade onto Sub Rosa. Still holding a main control, using that smoke wisely as he does start to fall back. A little bit cautious of a squeaky push, but it didn't come out. The squeaky door was never opened. Now United. A little bit rough there. They didn't manage to trade out not Sub Rosa. Well, yeah, trade out Sub Rosa for Freak. Neptune finding one of the moves towards the B side. It's going to be Steel trying to hold him with the AWP at Heaven. Dapper allowed to cross for free underneath. Although, Steel with the aggression, unpunished. Oh, he goes back out. He thinks he's got it. Confidence aplenty. Dazzle getting the headshot on the Neptune. Now it's down to a 2v2. Bomb is planted safe. So, Dazzle might have to get aggressive. Try to hold the cross here. Freak just waiting, biding this time for the moment. Wardell trying to hit some shots, but it's going to be Cooper to connect here. He will find the second as well, jumping up onto default. Wardell just not ready for that positioning. And in the 6-14 round difference here, United finally put their first round on the board for the second half. And is this it? Is it going to be done and dusted? There is economy here for Ghost Gaming. But look at this, the confidence just shining a little bit too far through there for Steel.
I mean, you were calling upon Cooper at the start of that round, right? I think he well and truly answered. Well and truly answered, banging up with a 3K to shut down Ghost. However, questions now have to be asked a little bit towards Ghost side. Aggression from Kusta early on towards A main. They lose that fight. It's a 4v5. They then gain the upper hand, and fortunately Steel on the AWP getting a little bit too overconfident in towards Heaven, and they fall like flies. A 4v2 quickly brings it back, and with Cooper shutting it out, United are now at 14, one away from that point. We could possibly be seeing the beginning of the end right now, with the T side starting to gain the slow traction in which they might have lost at the start of this half. Kusta with a nice little off angle on top of Quad. But it all comes down to whether these flashes and smokes really hit their mark. Kusta goes blind. He will not worry about it, just drops out the smoke and waits for the players to now start to push out. Here come the smokes, here come the cavalry for United. Kusta goes completely blind. Unfortunately, does not find anything for his cheeky little behaviour. It's Wardell that finds the opening onto Sub Rosa. Kusta just shoot through the smoke. He's right there. Surely they both line up, and that's going to be the 2K and the 3 as well, as he readjusts on the Moose. Dapper, the only player left, and with only... Look how much damage they even had. Nothing.
Most important thing about that round is the reset. United. Still only on 14 rounds. Ghost Gaming. Decent economy. And United are broken. Completely. You know, they tried to invest in one of those new Bitcoin things that isn't actually Bitcoin, and they chose the wrong one.
Like Doggo Coin?
I don't know. Was it
I don't know
Dogecoin? I think Dogecoin still went up. I think.
It doesn't surprise me.
I don't know. I don't follow it. It's not my thing. Many people out there probably watching the stream are millionaires from the business, but whatever, you know, that's you, not me. And we are going to see a tactical pause coming out from United at the moment, deciding what they need to do. They only have, you know, I think it's 8 rounds to play with at the moment. Is it enough?
I think with how Kusta's starting to light up right now on 10 kills, he's only been in for the second half, and I'm pretty sure he's got the same amount of kills as the rest of his... Now 12... Is that 12 kills? Did I just say 12 kills? Or was that still? I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't really matter. If Kusta continues to pop off like this, if Kusta continues to step up in big moments when United are looking to hit a sight, anything can happen. I don't doubt this at this point in time. Ghost are... You know, with 7 rounds to play with, this should be somewhat of a free round. We do see the Force coming through. Freak is all you're going to give up the A side for free. Nice shot on the Moose as they make their way in. Bomb does go down, however.
It's very important for the economy. Sub Rosa fighting solo, though. Good trade from Dapper, managing to get a couple of bullets off through the smoke there. So it's down to a 3v4. Still a man advantage for Ghost Gaming, looking to come in together. I think Dazzle was spotted there at mid as he rotates all the way to A main, trying to stay silent so that the CTs have to wait for the flank to come in. Bomb still planted safe though. Neptune making his way to site, taking down Dapper. Will jump straight onto the bomb. Cooper can't get the damage off. Dazzle with the deagle, however, finds 1, but Wardell too sharp with the AWP on the retake, finding 2, and Ghost picking up an 8th round as United still won't be able to buy up into the 23rd round, but they might be able to upgrade a couple of pistols.
They are so lucky. Like, Ghost Gaming are so fortunate there in that Wardell comes in late to the site, because that swing from Quad had both players with their backs turned that could have been over before it started. Even just with pistols, you never really want to count it out too early. So we're starting to see somewhat of what Ghost can kind of fight with. All right, we're starting to see some life, a little bit of action coming in from what we do know to be such a dangerous squad. Still playing with the thought of going aggressive in towards A main, even though punished twice. If it doesn't work, try again and try again. I guess sooner or later, third time lucky.
Are you a HE man or are you a double flash man?
I'm HE.
Okay.
I definitely want to get some damage off before I get to the site.
Good man. I've noticed that that's part of the meta recently too.
What, double flashes?
No, the nades. Well, not even recently. In the last year or so, lots of people have been picking up nades. Before that, you would see people going for the extra flash just so that they can clear some more angles in the rounds to try to utilise that. What the hell is going on?
I thought Moose just hit 2 filthies.
I thought he did, but it's the simultaneous Sub-Rosa and Moose combo. Absolute madman. Cooper manages to get the frag off, the bomb plant off, on the site there. Wardell finds one on the retake. Sub-Rosa still here and holding as the rotation comes out from Moose. So, Deagles equal Dreams. And look at this, denying the cross there. Sub-Rosa so sharp, looking for another, just trying to work the angle there, dropping to Fork as one man's coming there at the rafters. It's going to be Steele trying to work the angle, but Sub-Rosa is aware. He's heard the footsteps, he's trying to take the one-on-one with Wardell, isolating the angles nicely, but just couldn't connect. The final blow onto Wardell there. And Ghost Gaming keep that dream alive, 9-14.
Are you starting to believe?
Oh, yeah.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my loins. I'm starting to kind of... Look at this, 11 and 2. Kusta, this is the difference maker. This is what we're looking at right now. What can they do? Kusta is dominating the scoreboard across towards A. Doing an incredible job at it. Like
Dirty Deegs done dirt cheap.
That's it, man.
That's it. A couple of Juan Deegs to spice up the action. And the most important thing there was keeping the economy at bay. Only 2 rifles saved, so will cause some economical damage. Just can't quite connect there. Shooting a bit too early. Tiny bit trigger happy. Everyone ready for all of the boosts at the moment. Doing your homework, it pays dividends eventually. Kusta. Great position here. Aggressive in A main. United, I do believe they would have heard the flash come in. Potentially a couple of footsteps as well. So that could be interesting. Now Dazzle here looking to take this mid control. They will only have a scary old Wardell to hold, but he's got the big green gun in hand. And will he be able to connect? Ooh, not on the first.
Dangerous. But do you want to know what's also dangerous? Equally is where Neptune is right now. Sitting in towards Sunroom, not making a noise. Steele's backed away, right? But Cooper still has an inkling. Cooper's like, I'm not 100% sure. But this is going to be massive. If Neptune can make this come out... Oh, is Cooper reading this perfectly right now? Oh. Has he got game sense?
And Steele doesn't have the line. Oh, he's coming back, though.
Repeaks. This could be massive. Cooper, he's now going to find 2 kills. Neptune with a bit of early trigger. Doesn't make a difference. Finds himself 2 in the end. The bomb's dropped out in the open towards Sunroom as well. This is devastating for E United. Trying to claw back what they once lost. They're falling down one by one now. And Neptune.
10 seconds as well to plant. So it's very rough. The bomb not in their possession either. So Kusta and Neptune, last-ditch effort. They might actually end up going for the frags here. 5 seconds remaining. Sub-Rosa wanting to go down before the clock goes. Oh my god, he knows as well, and he is going to go down after the timer. So that is pretty much worst-case scenario for E United. Oh,
mate, the game of inches that's coming down to centimetres. This is ridiculous.
This is my Gideon territory. The positioning of Neptune, clutching that round out, even right at the end as well. Sub-Rosa going for the wall bang, but just couldn't get it. Oh my god, he knew as well. If he made the move a second earlier, that could have gone the other way. Coming down to the clock.
Well, E United are definitely taking a bit of their own medicine at the moment with this CT aggression, and by God, Ghost are playing it perfectly. They had A main and B main control. They knew well and truly before the site was going to be taken. Kusta at the moment just going to be playing as the Guardian, trying to stop any players crossing towards the A site. Sub-Rosa with a nice little cheeky shot, but Freakazoid with a swing on the both players. He's just mopping up these anti-eco kills, and why not? Boost those stats. Into at this point. Dapper, however, coming in with a nice shot. We'll at least take 2. They're keeping the economy of Ghost somewhat disciplined, right? It's not going out of control. Yep. However, Ghost still have that safety net.
They're keeping them honest. Neptune, though, helping out his teammates to allow the extra utility board there up on the belt, which has been a factor in a lot of these rounds. If that bomb at B main didn't have 2 smokes in front of it as well as a Molotov, Sub Rosa would have had that extra couple of seconds to try to retake it, and even maybe an extra teammate as well. Look at this. Ooh, Molotov towards Highway, and we are going to see the CTs caught off guard. Dazzle finding one, but a good trade from Freakazoid there with the M4A4. Now Dapper making some noise there towards the vent. 4v4. After the trade at Highway. Sub Roses with the B main control. Looking just to work the angles here. It seems that Neptune is posted quite aggressively. I think he's under heaven. No, he's at the back to check it. The Maniac. Look at this. Perfect again. This is going to be just what they need. And the off angle working wonders. Finding Moose gets the Molotov lost, but Sub Rosa, is he going to get aggressive? Yes, he's forced to. And that is going to be the bomb in the hands of the CTs yet again. Neptune, the luckiest man in the world, just gifted the bomb twice in a row. Wardell, what a shot there on a Dapper. Looking for more. Takes down the opposite AWPer. And Ghost Gaming find a 12th round and continue the choo-choo comeback train.
What is going on with Neptune right now? I just both times aggression with the bomb, and it pays it Neptune is winning these rounds.
Mental fortitude. That's what it's coming down to. The man is just not hesitating, just holding his gun out, hitting every shot that's necessary, and being absolutely rewarded for it.
Do you know what I love? Both times he's been able to get the smoke off to choke off the T's from getting the bomb back. It's just been perfect. At the moment, Wardell playing it towards middle, playing with his life a little bit as Freakazoid now comes in for the support. Wardell's burning in the fire and flames. Unfortunately, not going to hit the shot on the Dapper, and so Freakazoid will cost him his life. But what a swing. Wardell playing with so much confidence right now.
That second shot he got off as well. Pretty fortunate. He heard the pin pulled on the smoke and just got the jiggle off in time. One bullet and that man was dusted, and that's an AWP out of the hands of Ghost, which is very large economical damage. And that was the final blow. Steel with a good hold as well in that round. And now it's almost all tied up as Eunited back on the guns. Moose is... Oh, he has been dropped an AK. I was confused for a moment. I think he left it in spawn.
Now, I just want to touch on this. There's a rule of thumb with Counter-Strike and comebacks. It's hump day. 13 rounds, right? This is where most teams fall apart. It's when they're on the home stretch, when they're in touching distance of bringing it back even, when they're even in touching distance to make it towards the tie game, they start to crumble a little bit. This is where Ghost have to show their mental fortitude. Cooper taking a lot of damage with that grenade early on, and now Ghost with not really the upper hand by any means with the nade damage from that, but with Cooper being lower, that AWPer, if he misses one shot, done. Bada bim, bada boom. Kusta now going to have to try and hold on to the side. He does have the support of Freakazoid, and now with this A hit, this could be everything they're looking for, but look how quick Ghost are looking for that rotate. Freakazoid just going to be missing the shot through the smoke with Kusta. They're looking to play the Dynamo duo. Kusta can't find anything, and now Freakazoid goes down. It's both players on site gone. Wardell looks for a trade, just going to be missing the shot, and maybe this might be the moment of life for Eunited.
Oh, and the angle for Moose as well. They've got the bomb plant, and this is pretty much worst case scenario right now for Ghost Gaming. Neptune and Steel, last-ditch efforts. We are going to see them both one in the frag though, so down to a 2v3. There's still time to go for the retake, but the rotation coming out from Steel. Is it going to be too little too late? Flash comes in, Neptune spots a man in the open, just can't connect. He is going to cop a bullet himself, and Cooper here is going to be holding for the cross. Wanted to get aggressive, but the time is so low. Sabrosa denies it, as does Cooper, and that is going to be the 15th round for Eunited. And with that bomb plant as well, they're going to have no economical woes going into the second last round of regulation. Are we going to see overtime here? Ghost Gaming, they've still got the money. This is their last opportunity as well.
This is It's exactly what I was touching on at the start of that round, right? It's that mental fortitude. It's the rule of thumb. You can make the comeback, but once you get past that 13th round, it's looking a lot more possible. And now they're going to try and claw this one back. Steele just makes it into... Oh, he's just gone for the cheeky little peek. And that possibly could have been the B-side completely open for E United's taking. However, this boost, this is what we needed to see from Ghost in the previous. More aggression. This is what has won them so many rounds thus far, and they're going to come back and show well and truly that they're not just here. I was going to say something, but I'm not going to do it. But Dazzle, you already know. All the Australians at home, they felt it.
Any that are awake right now. It's sleep-in day. It's Saturday. Not for us. Hard-working boys. The voices of the nation. Although Wardell finding one on the moose, and now it's a two-man advantage for Ghost Gaming. They've got the double AWP setup coming out to play yet again. And it seems to be working this time. Steele barely missing the shot. The pixel angle there. Dapper making a bit of space as the rotations will be coming in for Ghost Gaming. Looking like they are going to try to go for the retake on the B site, which arguably is the harder site to play retake on.
Oh,
but Steele, he gets the headshot over the top of the smoke. The situation couldn't be better for Ghost Gaming right now. But Cooper looking to deny re-entry on site. He's going to be flanked. Shut down by Freak. Bomb goes down, and Dapper locked out as well. And there is going to be way more than enough money there for Ghost Gaming to buy. E United, on the other hand, they got that bomb plant. But I can only see 2 AKs being brought up and then a couple of pistols. It is rough right now, and it looks like, Manic, we are going to see a little bit of overtime in the first map.
Bro, how does Steele hit that?
You guys didn't see the reaction from Manic then. He pretty much jumped off the chair.
All I saw was the tiniest little skerrick of a head, and Steele hits it. But that's why he gets paid the big bucks. Now looking to enclose on this A site. It comes down to this. The last round, it's Kusta to hold up from Red Box. He cannot see the heads as they make their way out on the side. He's not going to know how close they really are. Pushing on in, Freakazoid finds one. Kusta adds another to the tally. Mac, we might be going to overtime, but not just yet. Dapper comes in with 2. There's still a chance here. E United making their way towards the site. Waddell looking to find a trade kill. Dapper going massive with a 3K, looking for the 4th, but Steele shuts it down. It's all on the Dazzle. We are going to overtime. Waddell brings it back right at the end, but Dapper nearly made it work.
Oh, that was a huge round from that man. It was very scary up until it was a, 3v1 against a man with 5 HP, and then the AWP shot with the overkill right at the end as well. It is tight. It is tense. Was that a... What was the first half? What was the first half? 13-2? It was 2 13 CT round halves. Oh.
What am I... Like... This is what I love, right? Close qualifier. We're down to the wire. This is the last chance. They can't go anywhere else from here. And Ghost bring it back from a 13-2. You know what? Right now, I would be walking to Kusta's house and buying him a slab of beer.
Look, with how long this game has gone, we probably could walk to his house at this point.
Just take some snorkels and we'll be good.
Big swing. It's alright. It's summer here. The water should be nice and warm. And it will slowly get colder as we get over towards America. Or Canada. Wait, is Kusta Canadian or American?
I'm not even going to take a stab in the dark. I'm just going to say North American. He's North American. He's up there.
Yep, up there on the top half of the Americas, right? That's the good way to put it. Amazing.
I can't believe that. How, in God's name, have we gone to overtime at 13-2 at the start of the half, Mac? How is that possible?
Because Kusta came back. That was it. Apparently, James was the problem. Making roster changes mid-game.
I tell you what, that's like next level. That's 500 IQ plays.
I just got our word. Kusta is American.
Bang.
We weren't.
We already knew that.
Weren't playing any fiddles there. It's all good. All right. So, what do you reckon? What do you reckon we're going to see as the outcome now?
Another 6 overtimes.
You reckon 6 overtimes? Look, I think that Ghost on their T side, with that extra man that obviously knows the strat book as well as the rest of the team, Kusta, is just going to be enough. We haven't gotten to see him on the T side yet. So, but it's CT first, right? They didn't swap.
I do agree, though. I do concur with that theory, right? Because if that's the performance he can put on CT side, and they didn't have him for T side, this could be it. This could be the map done and dusted. The United had their chances. They had 13 rounds as chances. Still couldn't get it done. Now, Ghost on the hunt, bringing it back. This would be the ultimate salt in the wounds to start the map.
And then obviously going into the second map, like both teams are going to feel this one in the fucking mentality. It's just very rough, and whoever loses going into the second map may just not be able to bring it back. It's going to be
So what's more tilting? Bringing it back 13-2 or bringing it back 13-2 and then losing?
Yeah.
Or having the 13-2 lead, taking it all the way through overtime and then losing?
I feel like bringing it back and then still losing, because everyone says, look, you've absolutely wasted our damn time. What are you doing, boys? All right, you could have just lost 20 rounds ago, and we could be halfway through the second map, if not finished the second map. So, very, very interesting little situation. But next map is Ghost to pick, so you never know. It could be a very one-sided affair, but we're not there yet. We're still here on cash. We're still over in Mother Russia for the moment, and we are looking for someone to win. Essentially, at this point, just somebody win.
Someone just pull out all guns, just for 3 rounds straight. No, 4 rounds straight. Math is not on point at the moment. Just close it out. We need this. We need to get to the second map. We need to get to Overpass. We need to get to the beautifulness that is the closed qualifiers for IEM Sydney in the North American region. Matt Daddy, who you got? Ghost.
Look, I would like a little bit of redemption. I would like Ghost to close this one out now that they have their full lineup back in the server. But United, they probably do deserve it for their first half attempt. They could have finished it off, though.
Scout.
All right, Kusta making a questionable decision. I think he bought an extra orb.
Yep.
So that's going to hurt the economy. They might have to manage that one by somebody else. But the round's already opened up. Freakazoid holding strong, but a good trade there from Cooper. Molly from the sandbags position. Now in the 4v4. Are we going to see United bring it back? Mid-control still not in their favour, but they do have a man out towards Vent. That's going to be Dapper. He just waits for some information. Looking at Wardell there as well, who's got the AWP in hand. 61 HP. Could fall quickly. And the slow, silent rotation from United over towards B main. I think there might be a gap on the edge of the smoke there. Steele going for the pot shot. Cannot connect for the moment. And it looks like the boost will come out towards Vent. Good position to hold B as well. But Wardell just finding Dapper, who might have actually seen old mate Steele there. But it doesn't matter. Steele holding strong. Getting the trade as Neptune falls. Man advantage for the CTs. 40 seconds remaining for E United. But Moose, he's still over towards that A site. 2 men here to contest. Is he going to take contact? Will he try to sell the fake? Or are we going to see an A hit? Bomb still over towards B main. Hesitation, second guessing. Let's see if Moose can open it up. He can't connect. The crosshair placement looked good, but Kusta, he jumped up on top of White Box just in time. Wardell denying the cross on the Sub Rosa, and that is going to be yet another round in the bag for Ghost Gaming, who now won't really have an issue with that extra AWP buy.
No, not at this point. Not with 16k.
Yeah.
Not with that starting money. It's way too good. E United, where it's a little bit wondrous as to how what was going on in that situation. One player across towards A, one player across towards B. I get that, sometimes the fakes are the best things to do, but we're in OT. Ghost have made it back from 13-2. That's a nice start from Cooper. Oh, no, Steele just missing the shot, and Dapper again. He finds one, but Kusta with the Kobe, he does pay for it. With the Molotov, however, down to 22 HP. 2 players towards that A site, and with Freakazoid playing so passively on B, this should realistically be E United starting to open the bank account in what will be overtime. Look at this aggression from Neptune.
Yeah, with that man disadvantage, he has to try to take a bit of map control, try to be the thorn in the side that he was in the second half of regulation. Looking just to bring it back, but Sub Rosa might find some contact with Kusta here, making a bit of noise. Kusta with only 22 HP, going to be very, very careful on this peak here. One bullet and the man goes down. Sub Rosa ready and waiting. Oh. He must have spotted that one as the smoke started to fade. The enemy pops up on your map. And Neptune here finds one in a main. Great trade from Cooper though. Now it's down to a 1v3 and Freak versus his brother still in the server as the bomb will be planted safe, taking no chances at all. Is Freak going to be able to clutch this one? Plenty of money in the bank, so we'll decide to go for this one. Cautious of the positioning of the T's. Will spot the head there. Takes a bullet. But not real great accuracy shown from Eunited there. Facing like absolute madman. Sub Rosa will go for the jiggle from quad after his teammate took contact. And we are going to see Eunited finding a 16th round, keeping it close. And who will come out on top in the first half of overtime?
Yeah, I like the little bait and switch there, but still for me, Neptune in towards A main there. Like, this bloke has been an absolute menace for E United, and the bomb was in A main. We could have seen Neptune again drop the bomb in the desired position and take control of it, but now with Dapper going through the smoke, it's Cooper to open up. Wardell to trade, and Neptune doesn't expect Dapper to already be out, but Wardell with the fast trades. It's trade central here as Cooper opens up again, and Wardell stuck in behind Sandbags, gets pushed away. Cooper can't hit the shot of Wardell. How does he win that? There's two players watching his position, still gets away with quite literal murder, and he's on for the ace, but still all four players in towards middle right now.
Very confusing times. Call for very confusing measures. As Wardell somehow, as you said, getting away with murder. Crossing to safety with a frag on the cross as well. Moose just not ready for the trade there up on boost. That smoke still up, denying him a little bit of vision. But Kusta brings it back to the 1v2. 22 HP remaining. As he falls back, the bomb goes down and he is aware. Still a minute remaining in the round though. And he might have spotted the bomb being picked up on the map, hiding behind the corner. It doesn't seem he has, as he's still watching towards the tree area, expecting Moose to be lurking somewhere different. He has been on the opposite side of the map a couple of times to his teammates, but Kusta has the read. Moose will hard clear this though. Hits the head, and there goes Kusta, and potentially the round for Ghost. But Wardell, he's found 3 already, and he might have to try to retake with the AWP, but he will go for the fast rotation as Moose... Oh, I don't think he was close enough to hear the footsteps there. But he will just bide his time. But he has no time to go back to the A site. So Wardell, he hasn't heard a thing. He will have to take a gamble, but there is the drop. And now he won't be able to deny the cross to site, but he will start to aggress and get the timing to get a free kill. Bomb doesn't even go down, except onto the ground, as Ghost Gaming take the lead going into the second half of OT number 1, 17-16, Manic.
Yeah, I like that call from Moose there. Nicely done. It was Wardell, rather. Wardell calling the bluff back towards A. Nicely done. And with that first half of overtime done, it's Ghost who come out on top with a 2-1 lead. Of course, for those of you watching at home, we know they need 4 rounds. Only 2 more for Ghost. And E United have to bag all 3 unless they want to send it to a filthy another overtime. It wouldn't surprise me.
We still have potentially 2 more maps in this series as well. This one itself has felt like the whole series.
Yeah, it really has. We've had the highs and lows, right? We had the lows of the first half, in amongst a massive high from some of these players, but then jumping over into the second half, the comeback, Neptune, Koost, like, you just could not write it. You would not read about it. No, Daddy, you would not read about it, but we are. And this is what we have in front of us. Still 2 more maps to go. Undecided on the first. Ghost with the lead as we head into the second half of the first overtime. The flashes and smokes look like they might be heading in towards middle for the early contact. Cooper made his way to the safety of white box. Grenade comes through. Only tickles Neptune, but still... a tickle can be enough. Now going to be walking out. This could be big for Cooper, who manages to sit just behind, hits a nice shot on Akusta. Now readjust, hits the shot on a steal as well. Anything you can do, I can do better. And Neptune It's his opportunity now, the Molotov, to stop the vent push, but he's still just sitting on the side. Dazzle only an inch away from the head, not even a centimetre. As the dust settles, Ghost Gaming come out of that the lesser.
So Cooper only allowed to get 2. He tried to cross back to safety there, but Wardell was ready and waiting. Connecting characteristic-like. We still have Freakazoid over towards Squeaky right next to Dapper. We might have heard Scope a couple of times. Potentially, I'm not too sure if he has. We haven't really seen it. Good position to try to hold Solo from the A site, though. But there are a few Molotovs remaining on the T's, one of which is on Wardell. As that comes in towards a main, he could be mollied out here. It just depends on where Ghost decide to throw it. They've got to take the gamble. Dazzle is here, though. Good flash, which will allow Dapper to go for the aggression. Although the T's not blinded, Molotov goes to quad, and Dapper will be able to hold here. Getting the headshot on the Neptune, finding the last man as well. Wardell re-peeking into the spray, and Dapper holding down the A site strong.
My word, they just continue to go back and forth to and fro, my friend. We're now at 17 apiece, and it's a hair to split the both. You literally could cut the tension with a knife in the server. It's coming down to these massive plays. Both AWPers absolutely tapping off on both sides. Wardell on Ghost, Cooper on Eunited. It's just been a moment of magic. Double AWP set up for both sides at the moment. Cooper gets blinded and pushed off at the angle. This could be interesting. Cooper goes for the re-aggression for the peak. Takes a lot of damage. Down to half HP. Now only 2 shots with the AK needed, but looks as though Ghost might be setting up for early A main control.
They have got it for the moment. They do believe that someone's over towards quad. It will potentially be right if Dazzle decides to cross here. Molotov forcing Neptune back for the moment. But Dapper still able to hold it. Fork, Freak up on the God box. Just waiting for that smoke to fade before going for another repeat. Could catch the default player off guard, but it will depend on if Dazzle decides to hold aggressively, which Eunited on their CT side in that first half we're definitely doing, playing extremely aggressive. This time it seems like they're trying to stay a bit more passive, and it's working out. It's punishing Ghost for that early round aggression. Flash comes in. Wardell didn't manage to get blinded by it at all, but he's dropped the bomb, and that's a 1-for-1 trade, which at the moment might still favour Ghost Gaming, but the rotations have come out all the way towards the A site here. 30 seconds remaining, and Ghost looking like they are going to commit here to A. Cooper finding one on the Neptune as well. That is a huge pick, as it gives the CTs that man advantage. Subrosa with the aggression as well, taking down Kusta. 2v4 now. 10 seconds to get them on planted. Freak will find the entry. Trading out Steel. But will he be able to plant? 5 to go, and it's Cooper, the little brother, looking like the bigger one at this point in time though. Finding the angle, hitting the shot. Freak had to take a gamble with minimal time remaining, and it's going to be 17 to 18.
31 frags on the Cooper. My man's absolutely tapping off at this point in time. Pause comes out. I would dare say this has to be for Ghost. Has to be their last pause. I'm not actually entirely sure. Wait and see. But look, at this point, you can see what Ghost are doing there, right? They're baiting out the utility. They're waiting until the CTs are replenished of everything. The problem is they take too long. They take too long. You see one of the players across towards B start to get a little bit more aggressive. The flashing towards A main, the trade efficiently, and they just fall apart. They crumble right at the clutch time, which is, you know, with Eunited on that point now, this could be that tilt factor that we're talking about heading into the second. However, Ghost do have that barrier being the second map and theirs. So there is still luck, there is still hope. Goes to push this through, but with the way Cooper's tapped off on this god tier map that we've seen so far. Moose finding a pick on the Wardell that goes for the boost.
Oh! He got him on the truck as well.
All the way. All the way. We saw that in the first half as well.
Yeah. What a bloody shot by that man. Reading like an absolute champion. Like he's a librarian, essentially. But Dapper, he's gone down as well. Now it's back to a 4v4, similar to what we saw in the previous round. But it looks like Ghost are maybe going to try their hand towards B or late mid control. Time will tell. It looks like potential for a crisscross smoke to come in. There you go. So that should be close mid in their favour. Moose here to hold. Will he go for the pot shot? No, he's given it up completely. Looking to play 2-2 here. 2 on either side. Cooper. Good position to try to hold the B main. Push, but tease they are going to come in through Squeaky. Not Squeaky, sorry. Checkers. Molly in the back. Knowing that could be in a little pickle here. Sub Rosa next to the smoke. Isolating the angles. Cooper finding 2. The man is hungry. The man wants to get the map over and done with. It's all up to Steele to try to clutch it. But just like that, we are going to see E United taking cash eventually. It was only 2 rounds in it right at the end there.
It was always going to happen. Well, we thought it was always going to happen. It got way too close in the end. E United grabbing it on the last round of the first overtime. Now we head into Ghost map pick.
Yep, I'm excited to see some Overpass. If you thought Cash was interesting, I reckon Overpass is going to be absolutely amazing. And we will just look at a couple of the highlights here. That is how the match started, and it couldn't have started better as well. The cheeky jiggle, what a shot. Dapper as well with 2K to the 3K. Absolutely denying anything there on the A side early on. E United with an amazing start to the match as well as a very strong finish in overtime number 1. Didn't get to the second one, but the endurance looking like it just swung towards E United's favour right at the end. Ghost Gaming had a couple of amazing plays on their CT side as well, but just couldn't close it out in overtime.
Cooper has to be the MVP for this, right? Just an absolute beast. How many times do we see Cooper opening up the rounds? How many times do we see Cooper backing it up with multiple frags in big plays? Like, this is quite an impressive kind of map from him, a nice display. But Neptune as well. Look, Neptune had so many moments of brilliance for Ghost there. There were so many opportunities. Look at this. Almost in the exact 2 rounds, Neptune's been able to drop the bomb out into the open, drops the smoke as well. Like, it couldn't have been any better. And E United, look, all props to E United, right? When that Ghost train is a chugging, that's hard to stop.
It was very hard to stop. But you can't write off Kooster as well. You could see that the tides swung completely as soon as he got into the server. It was a very, very interesting situation today on Cash.
Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake. Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
Think she can't get a last-second clutch? Watch this. Think he can't carry his team while streaming in high resolution? All the while recording a once-in-a-lifetime win? Watch this. Think leveling up only happens in-game? Watch this! On Intel Core i7, they'll rise to every challenge. Now it's your turn. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
The synergy of brute strength. Born of elite core power. To thrive under pressure. In the most hostile conditions. And built to overclock. Prepare for combat. Go forth and conquer.